All right, I did my short review of my favorite film of 1981. And next, I'm going to do my favorite film from 1982. And this one goes in the sci fi movie. It's an alien movie. Um, and it's it's not ET, although I like ET, but it's not AT. It's another alien. This alien one is a lot more violent. It's a lot more graphic. It's a sci-fi horror film directed by a guy by the name of John Carpenter. In this movie, probably has the best practical effects of any movie I've ever seen, and it's a very, very violent movie. But like I did in one of my second video I ever did before I started doing these, where I'm doing this short little reviews of the films of my favorite movies of that particular year, where I talked about violence on somehow it works and others it doesn't. This one, it works with the plot. It's about 12 people who go to Antarctica. They go to this little area and they discover this alien species that's taking over bodies. And they try to fight it off. It starts out with, of course, this one guy has these dogs, and you get to see these dogs all of a sudden morph into like this alien creature and all that. And the movie is called The Thing, and this is actually a remake of a 1950s movie called The Thing from Another World. And this is probably where, with a good old fashioned Kurt Russell, where he's at his most badassery, and he plays R.J. McCready. Also has Keith David, also has Wilford Brimley and Bill Paxton. It has an amazing cast, and it's a very claustrophobic type movie and all that. And they're in Antarctica, and they're all trying to save themselves from this creature. And like my favorite scene was where Kurt Russell's character decides to do the blood test to see if, with the little blowtorch and all that, to find out who the thing is. And there's a lot of theories about what happens at the end is it has two people talking, which is at the very end. And some people think maybe they both are the thing, but maybe they're not. It's like there's a whole story and mythos about if the creature is still alive or if not, or yeah, it is. And yes, John Carpenter is a master, probably in my opinion, my favorite horror director, which actually did my favorite horror film of all time, which is 1978's Halloween. But I'm talking about The Thing, and it's this is one of two sci-fi type horror films that ends up being my favorite of the year. And this movie actually wasn't very critically acclaimed when it came out. It was actually a box office flop. And this is one where I actually, although yes, it's very graphic, the scenes, but I liked it. This is one where I disagree with my favorite film critic, which is Roger Ebert. And there's a couple times I disagree with Roger Ebert, but I respect Roger Ebert's opinion. When he passed away, he did a documentary called Life Itself. I watched it once. I tried watching it again. And since he's my favorite, I can't watch him die. That's how I felt after I tried watching it again, and just kind of like, I can't watch a man I respected that way wither away, and knowing, and because I loved his movie critiques. But yes, The Thing has all those actors and the practical effects. The score, which is actually is a fantastic score as well. It had a supposed prequel, which is called The Thing as well. And that wasn't as good as this one. This one was a flat out masterpiece of horror, and it actually had, like, with that jump scare where all of a sudden the blood came out, and they had, I can't remember the character's name, but all of a sudden he starts turning a thing and goes after windows and starts swallowing windows, and just very violent. But it makes you feel like, what would I be like in that position? And yeah, so that is John Carpenter's The Thing. where my first favorite film of the year I was born was Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then my second, I decided to step away from Spielberg, where Spielberg had my second favorite film of that year in 1982, which is another Alien, which is more heartfelt, which is E.T. Still love E.T. as well, but John Carpenter's The Thing is the best film of 1982 in my opinion. And that's all these are my opinions, and some people may agree and some people not, but yes, John Carpenter's The Thing. This is my second review of, and it's my favorite film of 1982. This has been Funk's Film Reviews, and John Carpenter's The Thing is a double gold. Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Bye.